podcasting from Northwest Pennsylvania. You're listening to the GenXtra Podcast, a show about Generation X, movies, technology, weird news, and anything else they feel like. Join them every Monday morning. Now, here's your hosts, Dave and Joe.
All right, welcome back to episode 187 on your mother. No, I'm just kidding.
You sound like a morning shock jock. Welcome to 187.
Yeah, the murder pod. Yeah. Do you know that's the cop code for murder?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it is, man.
I guess I need to keep up on my crime series, perhaps some Law and Order. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they will mention that, like, oh, we got a 187 here on, you know, some boulevard or whatever. But no, like, there was actually a movie called 187 with Sam Jackson.
Oh, well, I should probably go see it then if Sam Jackson's in it.
Yeah, it was, oh God, that came out in like 95, maybe 96. I don't know, somewhere in there. But anyway, it was a good movie. Anyway,
the only crime code I'm familiar with is an MDK from Demolition Man.
Oh, a murder, death, kill.
Murder, death, kill. Yes.
Be well.
Murder, death, kill.
Greetings and salutations.
One of my favorite movies, unquestionably. But anyway.
Yeah. Man, what? Yeah, that was an awesome movie. Like, okay, like some movies that are based in loosely based in the future, some of them get it pretty right. Some of them don't. So I think a movie that sort of, for me, like, kind of got it right was WALL-E.
Yeah.
With just kind of the way, like, societally, like how things have kind of changed over the past decade or so.
Absolutely. I would agree with that. It's mainly because, unlike Demolition Man, WALL-E had the benefit of actually being made after a huge technology revolution.
Right.
Obviously they were using high tech to make that movie. So it wasn't I think they had a good extrapolation on how detached and how device focused.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Yeah. Like they nailed that, dude. It's so accurate.
And everything's voice activated, right? And actually Demolition Man got some of the voice activation stuff down. But yeah, remember when he goes into his apartment, he trips on the floor because the lights don't turn on. He's like, lights?
Okay, all right. I forgot about that. Yeah, they did get that part. Yeah. Oh my God, wait a minute. Okay, I may have forgot some certain aspects of that movie. Driving cars have also actually happened. Yeah. All right, my bad.
Exactly. And then there's the mini tunes, otherwise known as commercials.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
all the jingles, the Oscar Mayer Wiener jingle, and everything else is so funny.
Yeah, wasn't that based like there was like a big earthquake, and some like two parts of like California like shifted together? What'd they call it? There was like a name for the new city that was created out of the.
Wasn't it just San Angeles?
San Angeles, yeah, that was it.
San Angeles, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we don't need to make this whole episode about remembering Demolition Man
episode.
Yeah. Oh my God! Actually, in some local news, Breeze, did you see that there has been an alligator spotted in the Erie, in Lake Erie?
What?
Yeah. This happens every so often. I think this might be the first story for Erie, but there's been reports of like alligators being spotted in like local rivers, where assuming that somebody had it as a pet and it got too big and they dumped it off somewhere.
Oh, I was going to say that has to be the situation, right? Because for those not in the Great Lakes area, it gets cold up here. Alligators aren't going to really survive. Very well.
I fear this alligator will not live too long as the year progresses. But anyway, it's horrifying. Like, I was actually just there a couple days ago doing some senior pictures, and that was sort of in the back of my mind. Like, as like we weren't like in the water, but like we were like ankle deep for a couple shots, just getting some.
It would have made for a great photo shoot.
No, it wouldn't have.
That's why you have insurance, right? I'm kidding.
Horrible. Yeah, but no. So I hope they find them or something. But I don't want anybody get bit by an alligator.
No,
they said it was like 4 or 5 foot long, so it wasn't teeny.
Oh, so it's not small. So we're not talking like a 2 foot little tiny pet gator.
Right. Yeah, like
I mean, not to be fair, I would still give caution to a 2-foot long alligator. I'm not gonna, make it seem like I'm some kind of brave person in that vein. I'd be like, nope.
Yeah, still lots of teeth.
Yes, it is. Lots of teeth and lots of muscle. Those things are strong.
That they are. But I found a news story out of Australia.
Or where the real danger is from.
Yes. Yeah. So these were horrible stories. So
let's lighten up our listeners Monday with some horrible stories from Australia.
Yeah. So enjoy these. For some reason this year, crocodile attacks have been on the rise in Australia. Like we all know that Australia is the home of everything that can kill you.
Yes.
But in this one was on AP News, I found this. It says authorities killed on Monday a large crocodile thought to be responsible for Australia's second fatal attack this month. The latest victim was a 40-year-old man from New South Wales state who was seen fishing on Saturday while vacationing with his wife and children throughout the Queensland state. Oh, with a trailer, according to hang on. Okay. So what happened was he was standing on the edge of a bank, and a local resident, his name was Bart, he said that the bank collapsed under his feet, and it ended up like when he fell and like rolled out, like he was like 20 feet out into the river.
Oh God.
Yeah. And he said that this particular spot that he was standing, he said he grew up watching the crocs swim around there. It would never go near the edge. There's always one or two big crocs living there. He said it's a really hairy spot to go fishing. So, but this guy they never found his body yet, but he was from out of town. So, okay. So why wouldn't someone he said he saw him stand there fishing. Why wouldn't he just go over and be like, hey man, like you should probably not do that.
Well, I would think so. It depends on how far away he was when he saw it. Like, I don't know. Was he like across the riverbank and
maybe that's true.
Hundreds of feet away? I mean, parts of Australia are very flat. Yeah, it's possible that he had just a line of sight to this person, like from a distance.
That's true. It was a 16-foot croc.
That's
gator, whatever it was.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was a croc. Yeah, crocs are huge.
Yeah, those are crocodiles.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's Crocodile Dundee, right? That's always my mnemonic for that. Florida has gators. Australia has crocs and everything else on this planet that will kill you dead.
Yeah, but there was a couple other ones where it took a young girl and also took like a teenage boy. Like, dude, it's been like there's more. And
Australia is not
horrible. It's horrible, dude.
I have friends who live in Australia. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure like the metropolitan areas are just fine and beautiful and amazing, and I'd love to experience the culture. But you see this stuff, and obviously, it keeps tainting my view, like the petty person that I am. I just picture Australia as nothing but hostile wildlands with just 60,000 things that are going to possibly kill me. Anything from like you said, a 16-foot croc to like the 16-ounce spider.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah. From one spectrum to the next. The spiders, there's I know they have black widows, and I think there's a spider down there called like the huntsman spider or something like that.
Sure, why not?
Funnel web spiders, like there's some pretty gnarly arachnids down there. I'm pretty sure they have like pretty horrible scorpions, snakes. Like I think that like the fertilance, is that one of the snakes that lives down there? It's like pretty awful.
That sounds familiar. I just think awful wildlife. Like that's my brain. Yeah. It's just like I don't have the brain capacity to calculate all of it. I've been reading this. I was reading the link you shared with me. It looks like obviously feeding people, like trying to feed wildlife, like probably tourist idiots. Not me though. This idiot tourist is never going to be feeding a crocodile. But I guess there's a fine of like over $4,000 if you're caught feeding dangerous wildlife. Which is good. I think they should probably have stronger penalties for that, because this person sounds like they were in an area that for fishing, and it was an area that the crocodiles already live. But, you don't want to incentivize these horrible monsters to come closer to civilization by feeding them.
Yeah.
So, I think, pro tip on that one: don't do that.
Okay, I just looked up a thing. It says most dangerous animals in Australia.
All right, here we go.
All right, it says the blue-ringed octopus. Why is that dangerous?
Why is that? Okay. Keep listing them. I might look into that one. Blue ringed octopus.
Oh, it says they're all thought to be venomous in this. Oh, okay. I can't read any further.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the funnel web spider. Nasty.
Right on that.
Yeah, redback spider, stonefish. Oh, I've heard of those too. Some jellyfish, cone snails. A lot of aquatic life in here. Kangaroos, dude. Yeah, they're not the most pleasant things.
Again, the muscles and the speed. Those guys would just knock you right out.
You ever see that video where the guy, his dog, was in like a headlock from the kangaroo?
No.
Oh, you should look up Australian man punches kangaroo.
Okay.
You have to see this video. It's a short.
My Google history, while it's up, has drastically changed since I joined the podcast. Let me just tell you that is the Save Best Friend's dog. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta watch a video. So the dog was in a headlock, and the guy came over and ended up punching the kangaroo in the face.
Oh, I see that. Oh, and then he gets into a boxing stance. Yeah. Oh my gosh, he flat out decks this kangaroo.
The kangaroo's like stunned for a second. He's like, that really didn't happen.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. That might be now on my list of videos to watch when I'm bored and I just need to laugh.
There you go.
Watch this guy rescue this other guy's dog by flat out right hooking a kangaroo in the face.
Yeah. Oh, God. Saltwater crocs. Oh, those terrify me. They get big.
Back to our earlier size comparison, I was looking at this blue ringed octopus you talked about.
Yeah.
And 12 inches.
That's it?
No, 5. No, not even that. 5 to 8 inches in size. 12 to 20 centimeters.
What are we talking about again?
The octopus, the blue ringed octopus that you were talking, the most venomous marine animal in the world. Yeah, it's 5 to 8 inches long and relatively docile, but if provoked, contains the most powerful neurotoxin in the marine species. That's terrifying.
Wow. It's little.
It's little. Again, you're talking about, okay, well, you go swimming in the ocean, you're thinking, okay, well, there's those big, sharks
and crocs.
Big threats. And no, we're talking about a 5-inch octopus.
Yeah, not very easy to spot.
Will flat out kill you with a neurotoxin.
Yeah. Box jellyfish.
Australia right there. I think that's it.
Yeah, box jellyfish around here too. I guess they're pretty horrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I had the one snake wrong. It's the death adder. That's the snake.
That's even a better name for it.
Yeah, the one I was thinking of, the fertile ants. That's like, I want to say that's like in the Amazon. I think that's where that's at. But anyway, as we just look at nasty.
Yeah, one more fact on this one. Here we go. The blue ringed octopus, despite its small size, carries enough venom to kill 26 adult humans within minutes.
What? Wow. How does this even exist?
Their bites are tiny and often painless, many victims not realizing they've been envenomated, which is a fun new word I've learned. Yeah. Until respiratory depression and paralysis begins. So, no anti-venom is available. So this is a one and done killer octopus that is 5 inches in length. That's it. I am completely never going to Australia again.
Wow. All right. I got to look up real quick. Deaths by blue ringed octopus. Okay, here we go.
I guess that's the other question, right? So it's the most deadly, but is it actually a practical threat? 7 to 16.
Wait, whoa. Okay. Estimates of the numbers of recorded human fatalities caused by the blue ringed octopus vary, ranging from 7 to 16 deaths. Okay.
Oh,
so not
in a year or ever?
I think it's just ever that they have on record.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So infrequent, but sounds horrifying.
Yeah. How many? Okay. Oh, it says caused this at least 3 people and 1 in Singapore. Okay. So yeah, it's actually really pretty. It has like these, I guess it makes sense. It has these like turquoise and orange circles with a blue ring around it. Hence the name, the blue ringed octopus. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very good looking, deadly octopus. So anyway, let's move. What else are we doing in this show, man? We just start blabbing about stuff. Let's see.
I don't know. I'm still watching this kangaroo fight on loop while you're talking.
There you go. I have one more quick story, and then we're gonna get into video game movies. More
Yes, some of my favorites and least favorites.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we'll give our opinions on a handful of these, which ones were terrible or good. I made a small list myself of ones that I recalled.
Nice.
But I didn't include like video game, like like a series about a video game, like the one we saw recently. What was it called? It was on Amazon. It was with the bunkers, and what was that called? Fallout. Yes. Yeah.
With the bunkers. Yeah. I thought you were talking about like full movies. Amazon. Yeah, Fallout. Great series.
Yeah, you can stop watching the kangaroo video now.
I am watching. I was genuinely racking my brain to think on what on earth we're talking about the video game movies that were on Amazon. And I'm like, oh, it's not a movie, it's a series. Yeah, sorry, my brain wasn't catching up. Anyway, moving on. Okay.
So this one is sort of a PSA. I saw a video on YouTube or something, or I don't know, some reel. A dog decided to grab a hold of a battery bank that you would like charge your cell phone with.
Okay.
And just start chewing on it, for funsies.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That sounds like a bad idea.
It was. And the dog was laying on this big fluffy dog pillow. And when he bit into it and hit it just right, the dog quick dropped it and then on the pillow, and it started sparking and just,
ooh.
Yeah. So when that lithium, I think when it gets like exposed to air, or I'm not sure exactly what happens, but it goes like wild, and it was like throwing sparks and quickly caught on fire, and their house caught on fire. I don't know if it burned down.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna say the dogs are okay, because I don't know.
Oh my gosh! Well, that's a good PSA. What is it with you and like real downer stories today, man?
That's all I found, man.
This is depressing news. Oh my gosh! The dog bit into a charger.
Yeah.
Don't let your dogs chew on your electronics. I guess. I mean, that's like not just the value of the electronics, but oh my gosh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
That would be bad. That is bad.
Yeah,
that is very bad.
A dog likes to eat things. Put your battery banks away.
Yeah, please.
So, all right, here we go. Let's jump into the video game movies.
All right.
And let's see. So again, these are a bunch of movies based on video games. The ones I remember, and I'm assuming most everybody's going to remember. There's some newer ones, older ones. Just kind of go through, and I think you have a list as well, right?
Yeah, I do. I was thinking of this mainly because the Borderlands movie is coming up.
I did see the preview for that. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Oh, okay. Well, the reviews, I honestly saw it, and having played Borderlands as a game, I thought it looked terrible. I'm shocked at the casting, but apparently reviews are not promising. Let's put it that way.
Okay, I'll give more of my honest opinion. It looked weird and dumb all at the same time.
Well, I think the director maybe officially like said, if you're going to go like basically just turn your brain off, like, so I can kind of get it. I guess my biggest confusion on it, again, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen much more than a couple of previews for it. And I'm perplexed how they got Cate Blanchett and Jamie Lee Curtis in this thing. Like, I just don't understand how that happened. I also don't understand why it's PG-13. This is a rated M for mature game. So it's based on like hyper violence and kooky, wacky, inappropriate stuff. And they gave it a PG-13 rating. So to me, that kind of smells like, okay, you're going to water this down to the point where it's not enjoyable, and you're kind of ignoring the audience that probably would have been interested in seeing it. But that's me.
Yeah. I never really played the game, so I don't know. But it looked weird when I saw the trailer for Fallout. Not playing the game ever, it looked really intriguing and exciting. And
yes, like
I could not wait to see that series, which was fantastic.
Yes, by the way. And that delivered, I think, 100%.
Yeah, so I don't want to totally write this one off yet because I haven't seen it, but yeah, I'll go in.
I have very low hopes for that one, but that's what got me thinking about that was all the movies, especially my personal thing is the 90s era live action video game.
All right, there were some real stinkers in there.
There were the best stinkers. absolutely the best. And I think we can get into them. Why don't you talk about one of your campiest ones of the ones you've seen? Let's go from the bad end of the spectrum, and then maybe we'll talk about a couple from the good end of the spectrum.
I would say, I don't know, like, okay, a couple of them that were like, I guess, like, I don't know, man. Like, I really liked the first Mortal Kombat, when that came out in like 95 or whatever it was.
That's a good starter. I did like the first Mortal Kombat. Hated the second one.
Second one was awful. Like it was so bad.
Absolutely awful.
Like it didn't age super well with like this. I mean, it was even rough when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
But like the CGI of Goro.
Goro.
Yeah, Goro with the 4 arms.
Well, some of that was like Ninja Turtles animatronics in the first one.
It was bad.
It was bad. It was bad animatronics, but it still, I don't know. I think it kind of, I don't know. I like the first Mortal Kombat. I'd rewatch that, and I think I forget. Is it David Carradine?
Yes.
That did Raiden. I thought was pretty fun in that. I thought that was enjoyable enough.
Wait, did he do that?
No, that wasn't David Carradine.
No.
Who the heck was?
No, it was the guy that did. He was Highlander.
Highlander. Yeah, that's sorry.
Whatever his name is. Yeah, you're like Google.
Yeah, you can hear. Yeah, trying to remember who plays him. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, good movie ish. It was definitely not. Mortal Kombat wasn't like geared towards the masses. I think video game nerds just enjoyed it. I think a real stinker was or probably around the same time. Maybe it was like 94, probably 93, 94. It was Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes, and Raul Julia, which
he was fantastic.
It was amazing. He was absolutely the best part of that entire movie because that guy was a tremendously awesome actor.
Yeah,
and just chewed the scenery in half when he was on the screen. It was great.
Yeah, and like I remember there was like they had to kind of explain why, like, because in the video game Street Fighter, Guile was very much American.
Yes.
And in the movie, he was very much French.
Very much not. Very much not American.
Yeah, I don't remember how they had to explain it away.
I forget. It's been years since I've seen it. I was going to subject my family to that at some point, but I love the bad camping movies. I love Street Fighter again, in a bad way, right? It's so bad. It's enjoyable.
Which one hit like one of your stinker lists?
Oh, Super Mario Brothers.
Dude, that
was it from 90.
It's famously terrible.
94, famously awful. I showed it to my oldest son at one point, and about like 25 minutes in, he goes, "Does this ever actually become a Mario movie at any point?" No. I'm like, "Nope, keep watching." Because it's awful.
That was one of the movies where they should have absolutely 100% never, ever, ever made a live action version of.
No. It was so misguided. I've looked into it. I've researched into it. I won't bore anyone with it, but it was.
The story is kind of funny though.
It was kind of funny, but it was misguided in terms of like the post-punk aesthetic. Like it was just a weird choice. I guess Dennis Hopper, who played, again, these movies all have a trend where they hire like A-list actors for the villains, I think. And actually, they had Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo in it, which they're great actors. Just why this movie? But I guess Dennis Hopper's kids gave him such crap for doing that. And his famous response was, "Well, don't, he goes, you like to have, nice things, nice shoes. That, I guess his son said, I don't need shoes that badly."
Yeah, exactly.
Don't ever do this movie. So that was it. And then Double Dragon, which I remember there was Double Dragon. Yeah, there was a whole wave of them in 94, 95. Double Dragon was awful.
It was bad.
No redeeming qualities about that at all. And they had another. Alyssa Milano actually was in that. Everyone else kind of fell by the wayside. But yeah, Alyssa Milano was in Double Dragon. There's some interesting casting choices in some of these. And I think that's really what's entertaining about that. Christopher Lambert, that's his name.
Yes, Christopher Lambert, who has the most fascinating accent.
Hard to pin down.
It is, yeah.
Hard to pin down. Some of in the middle end of the spectrum, I would say, are the Resident Evil ones. And I saw you had that on your list too.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. Like, I liked that one.
That seems to be a theme.
Yeah, the rest of them after that kind of just started getting worse and worse. But I will say, I think it's on Netflix. Did you know they made a Resident Evil series?
No.
Yeah, it was actually really, really good. Like, okay. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if it ever got picked up for a second season, but there's only one season. It was great. I would definitely recommend it if you. I wouldn't even say that you have to be. It kind of falls in that Fallout category. Like I think you would enjoy it no matter what, whether you play the game or not.
I get Resident Evil is a very story focused game. It's not like something like Doom, which is primarily like that's a gameplay loop primarily. Like that's about the game. It's about the frenetic action.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think there's enough lore to carry you along. Like Fallout is an RPG, right? It's based on a strong core concept, a strong plot concept. So you can do a lot with it. Resident Evil, same thing, right? You've got this, I mean, zombie hordes are kind of done to death, but there's still a plot there, right? There's still lore, there's still a backstory, there's still an overarching villain.
Which for
that,
this
I think
one
translates a lot better.
For that series, I'm talking about on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
They did a much better job of focusing on the characters and their stories than they did in the movies. Like the movies was kind of lackluster on like backstories and stuff like that. It wasn't great. It was more focused on the problem at hand. You know what I mean?
And Fallout did the same thing, right?
Yeah,
it was very focused.
I think it's it's something to grab a hold of.
Yeah, exactly. You got to relate to it. I mean, video games are by nature sometimes not relatable,
right?
Depending on how fantastic out there they are. But yeah, well, that's cool. That's good. I'll have to take a look at that because I am looking for new stuff to watch now.
Yeah, one of my middle of the road. I almost said favorites, but I don't want to go that far. Max Payne. It was one of my favorite video games in like the mid 90s. Like I really, really enjoyed that as a game. And when I saw the movie, I did enjoy it initially, but I think it didn't age well. It had Mark Wahlberg in it. Like you said, they always have to go for some big name actor.
Yeah.
And I don't think that he loved that movie either. He probably just kind of hopes to somehow scrub that off of his IMDb history.
Yeah, that was I don't know. I never actually have played Max Payne, so don't.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
But
what's one on your list?
So this one's still kind of in Camp Town, but I did like Rampage with The Rock.
I didn't mind that either. The Rock
but
is.
Admittedly, I just like The Rock.
That's what I was gonna say. Like it's hard pressed to find a movie that he did that I don't like. Minus like Tooth Fairy. I didn't like that one.
I didn't see it because I didn't want to, but I'm just a fan of Dwayne Johnson, so I don't know. I had fun with it. I had fun with Rampage. It was stupid in all the right ways. You know, the Sonic movies actually are kind of fun too. I guess they're not fully live action, right? You got the animated Sonic the Hedgehog, but I do kind of like James Marsden in that. It's just that's kind of fun video game cathartic fun. There, I don't have any problems with that. I think those are okay. And then obviously the Super Mario Brothers movie, which admittedly is not live action, is fully animated.
Yeah, the animated one, yes. Yeah,
I really like that one a lot.
I heard it was good. I don't really like to watch. I can't even say that. Like I do. Like I enjoy animated movies, like Moana. Like I love that movie. But something about the Super Mario movies, like Pixels, there has to be something more to it for me that makes me want to watch it.
I get that. I do. I definitely do. I think there's a lot riding on that, right? On the Mario movie not being trash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. You got Sony, you got Nintendo, you got a lot of, or not Sony, Illumination did the animation for that one. And that's a lot riding on that, but I think they did well with it. It had a very cool soundtrack. Like the songs they chose, it felt a bit like Guardians of the Galaxy ish, not just because Chris Pratt voices Mario, which I realize is contentious, but it works. But there's some cool songs in there. Like they put some cool not pop music, but good music.
Okay.
And it's beyond like the score, your typical Mario music. Like they had No Sleep. Yeah, they put No Sleep Till Brooklyn in there from the Beastie Boys, like early on. I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can dig this movie. So
yeah, maybe I'll watch it someday. I think it's on like somewhere to stream for free.
Netflix, actually. Okay. Yeah,
that's where I saw it. Oh, speaking of Mark Wahlberg in another video game movie, did you watch the new Uncharted?
I did actually. I did. That was pretty cool. I actually have a trivia about that. But what did you think of Uncharted? I thought it was pretty good.
It was watchable. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It wasn't. I think I watched it twice, so that says something. If I see a movie more than once, it's definitely decent. I always call it my rewatchability factor.
You know what? I think there's a good. Maybe we'll revisit that at a later episode. What's the rewatchability factor of certain movies? Because I definitely have some highs and some lows.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like most Tarantino movies, high on my rewatchability factor.
Oh yeah. Well, the dialogue.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Another recent one that I saw, or I didn't see, I just saw existed, was Five Nights at Freddy's. Have you seen this?
So I'm aware of it enough, and I've read a synopsis of it. I'm not a huge horror movie fan, but this one really did catch my attention because honestly, it looks more I'd be more interested to see Five Nights at Freddy's than play one of the Five Nights at Freddy's games, because those are like jump scare or safari.
Yeah.
From what I've read, the movie is actually somewhat like your typical thriller genre intrigue. I don't know. You saw it. You said yes.
No, I just know it exists. Like I actually really want to see this. I just have not sat down to watch it.
I guess it's greenlit for a sequel.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I guess so. Yeah. I don't know. I actually would give that a chance if it came around and be like, oh yeah, I'd be down to watch that. So maybe I will at some point. But I do think it's greenlit for a sequel. Maybe I'll watch it before the sequel comes out.
Yeah, we'll name a couple more here, and then we'll move on from this.
I thought the Angry Birds one was pretty stupid.
Yeah, I have not seen that one either. They just swing, man. They just go for it.
Yeah. What's that?
Like, they just go for it. Like, what was the movie about? Angry Birds? Because there's no concept of that video game except flinging through a slingshot. It's like, and knocking down structures. Was that part of the game? Or the movie, I'm sorry?
Loosely. I mean, they basically took the loose concept and then probably overlaid some kind of AI generated storyboard over top of it and just set it in that universe and like tweaked it a little bit. It was really, really like surface level dumb, in my opinion. Like there's an entire section dedicated to this bird that's literally peeing in this pool, in this lake. It's like, really? Real? We're going to cut away to a pee joke for like 10 seconds. This is great. I think it sets the tone for the whole movie.
Really?
I was subjected to it. It was just dumb. It's lowbrow. I should say that. It's lowbrow.
Yeah.
It's not going to resonate with our GenXtra listeners, that's for sure.
All right. Well, maybe I'll pass on that one.
I would pass. That's a pass. That's a hard pass on that one.
Yeah, there's a new movie that just came out, and I believe you can stream it somewhere. I could have swore I saw it on something. Gran Turismo, however you say it.
So I had seen previews for that. That's the one where, was it the kid who basically like plays VR, or like do they put him in a real car, or do they put him in like it's almost like a Last Starfighter kind of spinoff, right? Where he's like really good at the video game and then qualified to actually race a real car. Yeah, like he was like, I guess like sort of, maybe YouTube famous or something for playing this game, and was supposed to be really good at it, and they brought him in as a potential driver or something like that. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, so it looks interesting. And I think does it have like Dennis Quaid or something in it? Possibly. I don't remember who I saw was like the main character. He's not the driver, obviously. David Harbour, Orlando Bloom. Are we talking about the right movie here? Yeah, 2023. Oh, David Harbour. Biographical sports drama. Oh, so this is based on a true story. What? Really? I guess. Wow. It says biographical sports drama. Huh. Okay. I don't know. I'll watch it. Maybe someday we'll report back, see what we thought about it. Huh. Yeah. Let's do one more each. You first. Doom. That's another Dwayne Johnson one, but I have not seen it. Yeah. You haven't seen Doom? No. Yeah. It has Carl Urban in it as well, which I always really enjoy him. Ooh, he's another one I really have started to like ever since Thor Ragnarok. Oh, okay. He was in that as, I think Scourge was the character name. All right. But he's good. And then the voice, obviously, is I think is big. Yeah. Oh, he kind of cracks me up. He's got some range, actually. How is he in Doom? Maybe I'll have to watch it. I enjoyed him as one of the soldiers in Doom. He was good, but no, that one as a video game movie was it was rough. Is that a pass? Is it a pass? But watch it for Carl Urban, and then I go home. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was weird. It was they did like a first person shooter perspective, which was kind of cool for some of the shots. But oh, that's interesting. Yeah, but actually, speaking of that, my buddy Justin and I just watched the new Bad Boys movie, which was how was that? It was actually really good. I wasn't sure how or kind of what to expect for the fourth or fifth, Yes, movie. I think it's the fifth, actually. Yeah. Bad Boys for Life was like, what, 3 or 4 years ago? Yeah. Yeah. I think they had to push out one more rather quickly because, the guys are getting older, man. Like, it's like. Say, how long are they going to want to keep doing this? I know. It's like, it's sort of like geriatric police. Especially Martin Lawrence. He's definitely getting older. They need to do, Bad Boys Retirement Home Edition. That'd be a really fun parody. Even if it's just a stupid short that they do to call back to it in like 10 years. Right. Oh, that'd be great. It'd be so funny. Yeah, that's funny. All right, you do one more and then we're going to move on. Okay, I really actually quite like The Prince of Persia. movie.
Oh, did you?
With I did. Is that okay? You have some.
It got a lot of bad reviews, man.
You have verbally side-eyed me for that one. I could hear it. You're like, oh, did you really?
Yeah, who was that? Was
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was okay. I thought it was watchable. It's definitely watchable. It was kind of fine. It was another one where they kept it like they toned it down for a game that's literally about just stabbing people. But I also played a lot of the Prince of Persia games, so I think there was probably some some nostalgia there leading into my enjoyment of that. But that was one that I actually quite liked. Definitely not the top. The top is definitely something like Fallout, which in my opinion is the current benchmark for strong video game adaptation.
Yeah. Well, there you go. All right.
There we go. So go watch all these and then come back to us and leave us your comments for next week. Yeah. I'm going to go watch Doom and see Carl Urban and then turn it off and never think about it again.
There you go. So before we jump into our last bit, Breeze, which is some trivia questions, I just saw that we've talked about Starlink on the show ad nauseum. Like, I swear it comes up every like third episode.
Well, I mean, it's a central part to your life for sure. But it's absolutely revolutionary in terms of internet connectivity.
Yeah. And I just saw that there is yet another company who is looking to rival Starlink. So there's a couple companies. One is called OneWeb, that they're trying to make their own satellite constellation. Project Kuiper, whatever it's called. That's
Kuiper.
Yeah. That's through Amazon. They are looking to make their own satellite constellation internet service. And now China is trying to put up a mega constellation satellite internet service. So there's 3 major players in competition with Starlink. How many satellites can they possibly put in space? I mean, I know space is big.
Well, also, one of the key differences is Elon Musk has his own rockets.
Like, he does, yes.
I did talk about a back foot. That'd be like me saying I'm going to spin up the next Amazon. Like, there's a huge lead, right? Starlink has a huge lead.
They've already got like 6,000 satellites in space.
Yeah, they're way ahead of the game. There's only so many rockets you can launch up at one point at a time, right? There is a schedule, right? You have to have good conditions to launch a rocket. It's not easy to put anything into orbit. No. So there's frequency. You can only do it so much and so often. And not for anything, but more successful than Starlink is SpaceX. Like, they have literally, they revolutionized rocket launches. And the fact they can bring the damn thing back down
and land it
east and land on a floating pad in the middle of the ocean. Like, I'm sorry, what? Like, that's future tech.
Yeah.
So I question how maybe Amazon has the funds to throw behind it, but again, they don't own their own fleet of rockets. So they're going to have to borrow some or buy some, so then it becomes cost prohibitive.
Well, they're probably going to be, I would say most likely, asking SpaceX to use their rockets.
So even more cost prohibitive, because I'm sorry, if I'm SpaceX, if I'm Elon Musk,
I'm like, it's going to cost you a lot of money.
It's going to cost you a lot of money to literally compete with my service.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What I want to see is I want to see Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk instead of that guy and that kangaroo, and they can just fight it out, and whoever wins gets to put the satellite up that week. And I think that's going to be a good way to, I think that'll work out. I'm with, but to your earlier point, I don't know how much space debris can you have floating up? Or again, WALL-E. Do you remember WALL-E?
That's what I'm saying.
When he finally breaks
to WALL-E,
literally has a satellite stuck to his face because he has to bust through an actual
wall,
a true wall
of satellite.
And that's amazing. I do like Amazon's project name though, Project Kuiper, because of the Kuiper belt, which is that's kind of cool. That's a cute name, but I still don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah, isn't that the Kuiper belt like in between like Mars and Jupiter or something like that? There's the asteroid belt. The Kuiper belt's the one that's actually out where Pluto is. Oh, it's way out there. Okay.
Yeah. And then the Oort cloud would have been a more clever name because that's actually a sphere. That's the sphere of debris and the furthest realm of the gravitational pull of the sun. And that's actually like a sphere. So I think Oort would have been a better thing, but it doesn't have 2 syllables. So I'm sure Project Kuiper sounds more fun.
Yeah, it does. Rolls off the tongue better.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing Oort correctly. Some space nerd is going to be like, yo, but whatever.
Yeah. The Starlink is projected to hit about 42,000 satellites.
At the end of its project?
Yep.
Like that's project. It's got 6,000 today, right? Ish.
Yeah. Yeah. So they pop up about 60 on a flight. So it takes a little while.
Yeah.
So they've had to put up.
I just don't get how you're going to compete with that, because you have to have critical mass to even start offering service.
Yeah. The other ones aren't quite as ambitious to put that many up, but they're still in the thousands and thousands of satellites. But yeah, I think the number right now of like actual satellites in space is around like 10,000 satellites. That's a lot, dude. That's so much. Now, I granted it is space, but these internet ones, they orbit at a low Earth orbit, so they're not.
Yeah, there's a fixed height of orbit. You can't go too high, or it won't work. 11. Yeah, it looks like about a little closer to 12,000 satellites in the sky, based on what I'm seeing cursorily.
Maybe I haven't seen an update since Elon's been pumping them up there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, out of this being old number 2, I have no idea.
Yeah, give it a few more years after the other companies are trying, and it's going to be a mess, total mess.
Yeah, and it's going to be like the beginning of WALL-E, and we're just going to have this cloud of satellites that's just, you can't even see the sun anymore.
Yeah, why wouldn't they just like what is it? The F? I'm sure there's some sort of, somebody that controls the space junk. Why wouldn't they just limit it to say like, okay, like we can't have all these companies.
Nobody owns space.
Yeah, but there has to be some sort of regulations. Someone's got.
Yeah, you think so, but there's not. I mean, we can't even control the ground. You look at something like Antarctica, which granted is incredibly hostile, but oh my God, like if you look into that, there's tons of contention.
I guess the problem will be
like who controls what.
I think the problem will be probably with the FCA or FC. What is it? The FCAA, whatever it is. FCC
for our stuff, yeah. But for like, if this goes outside of the U.S., like
that's true. Yeah, I guess so. But no, like
how high does the airspace go? Right? Like we can say, oh yeah, we control the U.S. airspace, but does that go up to the stratosphere? Does it go up to the top of the atmosphere? I don't know.
No. Okay, so no, no, not FCC. That's not what I was thinking of. I'm thinking of like the communication, the bands, like the frequencies that are being dumped down onto Earth from these things.
Yeah, that's the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Whoops. I guess I was wrong there.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because I know, we'll get off the Starlink thing here in a second, but Starlink is also trying to implement like Starlink cell service. Have you heard about this?
No, but that makes sense, though. It's a logical jump.
Yeah, like right now they're trying to do a piggyback with like T-Mobile to where like if you're in like a super remote area and you have 0 cell phone service, if you have a clear view of the sky, you can still get satellite service. But they're actually looking to possibly implement like their actual own service. So you wouldn't have...
So not like a sat phone kind of thing, but actually like... They should get Ryan Reynolds to do it. They should do like Mint Mobile, but like satellite Mint Mobile.
They should.
I mean, he could say, yeah, I'd buy anything from him. I'd buy, ice from him if I were an Eskimo. Like, Ryan Reynolds is awesome.
You just watched Deadpool, didn't you?
No, not yet, but okay. I can't wait. I'm so excited that I'm like literally like swiping away from my news feeds because I don't want to see the spoilers for that movie. I've just heard it's fun and I want to see it, but I have to find time to do it. Maybe I'll just end this episode right now and just go watch it.
Yeah.
Bye. No, I'm kidding.
You're like, see ya. All right. So last bit of the show, Breeze, I want to do some movie trivia, but this is not.
Yes.
I've done this before. Joe has done this for me, and I did pretty well.
I probably will not. It depends on the movies, but we'll see.
This is not trivia about the movie itself. This is trivia. Okay. So I want you to like take your fingers away from the keyboard.
I'm away.
Okay.
I'm picking up.
This is when the movie came out.
Oh.
Yes. How close can you get, Breeze?
Oh, speaking of satellites distance from Earth, that's how close I'm going to get. Let's go.
All right. So I want you to guess what year this movie was released. Are you ready? I have about a dozen of them here.
I am ready. Let's go. Rapid fire.
Okay. Donnie Darko.
Thinking. 1997.
That is incorrect. 2001.
Damn. All right. Well, it was within 5 years. I was within 5 years, so I'll take that.
That's not that close. If you can get it with one year above or below, I'll give it to you.
Okay, that's 0.
Did you ever see the movie Into the Wild?
No.
Okay.
Who's in it? Give me some clues. Maybe I'll be able to picture it.
No idea. He lived in a van. Like he left his house, lived in a van out in the woods.
No clue.
All right. I'll move
Sounds
on.
like a 90s movie.
Oh,
I would say late 90s.
It was 2007.
Damn it again.
I'll give you a couple here that you probably did see. Tom Cruise's Minority Report.
That would have been in 2005.
Oh, so close. 2002.
Damn it. All right.
All right. One of my favorite alien type movies, aside from Alien, District 9.
Oh, District 9 was Neil Blomkamp, right? Was it Neil Blomkamp?
Such a great movie.
Yeah, that would have been 2012.
Ooh, you're so close, Breeze. 2009.
Oh, still within the 5-year mark, but not within the Dave mark. So let's keep going.
Yeah, man, you got 3 years, the correct one or one above or one below. All right, the Steve Buscemi 19. Oh, I gave you the first part. Fargo.
Oh, 92.
That'd be 1996, Breeze.
Oh my God! Still within 5 years. Screw you.
Maybe that's your buffer?
That's my buffer.
Yeah. Let's see. Brad Pitt's 7 and Morgan Freeman.
Okay, so I saw this one in college, and so that would have been.
You got this.
2001.
1995.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I'm like college.
Outside of my buffer. Well, that's when I saw it. Is the problem? I didn't.
Yeah. Okay. The Shawshank Redemption.
19.
Yes, Breeze.
1978.
1994.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did I think that movie was so much older?
I don't know.
I guess Morgan Freeman's not that old. All right,
No.
moving on.
I'll give you a handful.
Can you edit that one out? That one's embarrassing.
You were in like 2 decades.
I was the wrong bloody decade on that one.
All right. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. You got this, Breeze. You got this.
94.
Nailed it. 1994.
I'm giving myself 10 points for that.
Okay. 10 points, Breeze. You've made up the rest. All right. A couple more. Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, crap.
Mm-hmm.
1979.
Oh, dude. 1980.
Oh, okay. All right.
Very, very good. You're on a roll now. The classic Armageddon. This one should hit a sweet spot in your life.
1997.
I'll give you that one too. 1998.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. I hear keyboards. You better not be snooping.
I'm keeping score.
Okay. All right. Okay. A movie they're remaking this year, Beetlejuice. When did the original Beetlejuice come out?
Oh, crap. That's definitely 80s. Let me see. Let's go with 85.
Oh, you're so close. 1988.
Oh, 3 years off. Oh, well.
All right. Couple more. The Goonies with Sloth.
1983.
Or Chunk. Or yeah. Oh, 93? I'll give you that one. 85.
I said 83. Yeah.
That was
85?
close.
Okay, cool.
All right. Last one. The Wizard of Oz. Mm-hmm. No pressure, but I nailed this one when Joe asked me.
They just started colorizing it.
Mm-hmm. You got this, Breeze. Mm-hmm.
1965.
1939.
What the hell's wrong with me? That's okay. You now have to edit out 2 of them, Shawshank and Wizard of Oz, because oh my gosh.
Do I have to?
No. As much as I'd like you to, we have to preserve honesty for the sake of posterity.
That's right.
I feel like I literally got 2.
You got 3.
Actually,
you got 3.
I got 3. I got 1 spot on and 2 within the Dave threshold. Oh, so embarrassing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you were pretty close on some within like 5 years. But that's not
I wasn't even within 5 decades on some of those. That was just awful.
Yeah, you were several decades off on some of those. Yeah.
What is wrong with me? That was so bad. That was so bad. All right. Do we have time? Do we have time? I could fire some trivia back at you, or are we at time?
Oh no, we got like 5 minutes left. So let's knock these out.
I'm going to turn the tables on you.
Oh, I plan on doing horrible at this. When you told me what you were doing, I was like, "Oh, this is so bad, dude."
Right, I don't know that these are as hard as because I'm going to give you some potential answers, so you might have an easier time with some of these things.
All right.
But back to the Olympics, because it's just wrapping up. It's probably one of the last times we'll end up talking about it. And we talked about my favorite French pole vaulter, which, by the way, I'm totally going to get a T-shirt made that says "Hung like a French pole vaulter."
Oh,
I think that would be a hilarious. Yep. See, next time I see you, I'll be in that shirt. All right, so. Just some quizzes here. They're either going to be true, false, or they're going to be multiple choice, and I will give you some choices.
Okay.
So this year we have breaking, which is in the Olympics, which we've covered in previous episodes, which is breakdancing. So
that's an Olympic sport?
Oh, yeah. I thought we talked about that. Maybe we didn't. Yes, breakdancing, effective this year, is actually an Olympic sport.
Wow, sounds dumb.
It kind of does. I haven't watched it, so forgive me. But I have learned a bit here. So each breaker, which is what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
This is true, false. Each breaker has their own music that the DJ plays for them.
Their own music. I mean, I'd say true because they probably want to practice it beforehand.
You would think so, but no, it's actually false. They have to dance to whatever music the DJ plays, which again seems very arbitrary. I'm not sure of the rules on this sport, but that apparently there is a third-party DJ, if you will, and they have to dance to whatever the DJ plays. That
seems kind of mean.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
All right. Which of the following is a scoring element in breaking or breakdancing? You have four options: smash, spindle, freeze, or load.
Ooh, I'm going to say spindle, like they spin on their head. No,
that's what I was going to guess too, but it's the freeze. The freeze is a pose in which the dancer stops moving completely in the middle of a set.
Oh, this still sounds really dumb.
It does.
I got to see it though. I'll have to YouTube it and see what it looks like.
All right, so we'll do some more traditional ones now. On to diving. So, how high is the diving platform at Olympic Games?
3 stories.
Is it 3 stories? Is it 7 meters, 10 meters, 12 meters, or 5 meters?
I'm going to say 12 meters.
It is 10 meters. It's close.
Oh, okay.
Close.
Wait a minute. 10 meters. How high is 10 meters? Is that 30 feet?
30 feet.
That was my first guess. I said 3 stories, which is 30 feet.
Yeah.
You should have let me go, man. You just gave it to me.
I don't know my metric conversions in my head, so I'm not. All right, cool. All right, basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So basketball debuted as a medaling sport for the first time in 1936 for men. When was women's basketball added to the Olympic Games? And I'll give you a range.
2007.
2007? You're not even going to let me? Okay.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Give me the options. Give me the options.
All right. 1964, 1976, 1992, or 1984?
I'm going to say 92. It had to be earlier. Or
later. 1976, actually.
No
so
kidding.
40 years after men's basketball, they added women's basketball.
Okay. Wow. Well, I suck at this.
Interestingly, I think this year is maybe the first time they're allowing to flip the genders. I think this is the first time they are allowing synchronized swimming for men in the Olympics.
Okay. Oh, that was never a thing?
That was never, that was a women-only sport until very recently, if possibly this year. Okay, so now we're going to get into my favorite ones here. So BMX, which is an Olympic sport as well.
Yeah.
Which of the following is not a name of a BMX move? The roller gloss, the tail whip, the bunny hop, or the no-footed can-can?
The first one.
That is correct. Roller gloss is not a BMX move.
Oddly, I recognize all the other ones.
I would have guessed the no-footed can-can just because it sounds absurd, but then again, it should have been so absurd that it was probably true because it's BMX.
I think I remember playing like a BMX game on like Nintendo or something.
Oh.
Yeah, and recognize...
so you know all these moves from... See, video games teach us a great many things in life.
They really do.
They really do. All right, 3 more.
Okay.
Now we're going to get into my favorite. Taekwondo time.
Oh boy, here we go.
All right. In which country did the sport of Taekwondo originate? I'm not even going to give you multiple choice. You need to figure that one out.
Okay, so Taekwondo. Okay, I'm going to say it's not Okinawa, maybe Okinawa. That's my guess.
Okay, that's not a country. Pick a different one.
Oh, Okinawa's not a country?
It's an island. It's a territory of Japan.
Oh, I know it's a territory. All right.
Do you want me to give you the multiple choice?
Give me the multiple choice, man. Come on.
All right. Vietnam, Indonesia, Korea, or Japan?
I'm going to go between Korea and Japan. I'm going to say Korea. I think it's Korean.
That is correct.
Yes.
It is a Korean martial art. Yes, good. When did the sport join the Olympic game as a full medaled sport? Was it in 1984, 2022 in Tokyo, 1988, or Sydney 2000?
I'm going to say 88.
Is wrong. It actually was in Sydney in 2000. Was
Really?
the first was an Olympic sport. Yeah,
No kidding.
They really nailed down the scoring. Yeah, it's very interesting. And the last one in Taekwondo, which of these techniques earns the highest points in a match? A kick to the torso, a spinning kick to the head, a kick to the head, or a punch to the torso?
I'm going to say a kick to the torso.
No, that is actually only 2 points. A spinning kick to the head earns you 4 points.
Really? That's
Yes.
I figured that was an illegal move, like at the end of Karate Kid.
You would think, you can actually, the karate rules are different, but yeah, in Taekwondo, a spinning kick to the head gets you 4 points. You cannot punch to the head.
You should have prefaced and said these are all legal hits. I thought it was a trick question, Breeze.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my only rule base for martial arts contest comes from Karate Kid.
Well, that's probably most people's reference.
Yeah.
That's a great movie, though. I would recommend that. I don't know how well it holds up. I haven't watched it in recent memory, but
It's still a good movie.
yeah.
Yeah. Have you watched the series, the Cobra Kai on Netflix?
I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes when it came out. I haven't picked it back up and watched
corny.
the rest of it.
It's corny, but it's good.
Yeah, I don't know. I could deal with corny, but good. I could probably pick that up.
Did you see that the last season or the most recent season of Cobra Kai, and like its first week of release, it was like top charts on Netflix with like 1.6 billion views.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that resonated with a lot of people, apparently.
It really did. Yeah. I don't want to give any spoilers, for what's been happening, but like if you enjoy the 1984 classic, Karate Kid with the whatever year that came out, with the the rivalry between Johnny and Daniel, it's just a continuation of that, 30 years later, whatever it was. And
yeah, they're each running their own dojangs or the dojos, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but they did it really well. Like the supporting cast of all like the kids is really good, man. Like they have there's some great storylines. I would definitely recommend watching the show. I'd say in the first 3-4 episodes, if you're not digging it, don't bother. It doesn't really change tone. It's sort of the same the whole way through. But yeah, there you go. So,
well, I'm definitely going to watch that now. That sounds like a lot of fun. I got a lot to watch now after this episode. Jeez.
When did Karate Kid come out? I guessed 80.
I don't know. Dude, I'm going to tell you like 1936 at this point. No,
Yeah.
I know that was in the 80s. I figured you would know.
I was just guessing. I don't know.
You're right. No, of course you were right. It's 1984.
I knew it. Yeah. My wife thinks it's odd that I can name off when a movie came out, like within a year.
I can do movie lines. I don't know the years when they come out. But I hear them, and that's my thing.
That could be a fun trivia too. Like,
okay, all right, movie lines.
Yeah, but the problem is we can't both do it because we may cross paths as far as finding stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
So I might have you say you're good at that. So maybe the next round of trivia that we do, I will find movie lines for you, and you have to figure out what movie it came from.
Sounds good.
All right, that'd be fun. So, all right, let's wrap this one up, guys. Thank you all for tuning in for another one, and we'll see you next Monday.
All right.
Nice end, Breeze. You're like, all right.